After 10-day wait, we finally got the 5th episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the best episode ever. And with this episode, one thing became crystal clear, that this show isn't going to be about the fight sequences or the battles. We literally waited 10 days to see how our champions fight and how will Sir Duncan fight. But it was barely 5-minute sequence of Sir Duncan fighting or struggling. Sir Duncan's victory over Aerion came just because of his size and raw power, not because of his swordplay or skills. But does that makes this episode bad? And how the Darion's dream came true? I'm going to break it down exactly how Darion's vision played out, line by line. So this is obviously contains the spoilers of 5th episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So if you're ready, like the video and let's get started. The visual storytelling of this episode was amazing. The whole trial sequence was foggy, unclear and cold, perfectly symbolizing what's going on in Dunk's mind. There was only one moment in whole trial of combat sequence where we can actually see sunlight's breakthrough. It's when Sir Alan of Penetry appears in Dunk's head and tells him to get up and fight. It was the only moment of the whole sequence when Dunk's mind was perfectly clear that he has to stand up and fight. That's why exactly at that moment we can see sunlight hitting Dunk's face. But right after that, when Aerion grabs his sword, Dunk was clear that he had to fight, but now he has no clue how to actually beat Aerion. He looks around trying to figure out what to do, and the scene gets foggy and unclear all over again. This part of visual storytelling I loved the most. When sunlight hits on Dunk's face, that felt so epic. Now let me walk you through how Darion's dream actually came true. In episode 4, Darion tells Dunk about his dream. He says, "I have seen you, sir, and the fire and a dead dragon, a beast with the wings so large that they could fly all over this meadow. It had fallen top of you, but you were alive and dragon was dead." Then Dunk asks to Darion, "Did I kill it?" Darion replies, "I could not say." This conversation seemed random at first, but Darion is a dreamer. His dreams really came true, and that's what exactly happened in this episode. As I mentioned in my last video, at this point of the time in this show, the dragon does not exist. But Targaryens, specifically kings and princes, they are called the dragons. Now look at what happened. Everyone's favorite character from the last episode, Baelor Targaryen, has died by the wound given by his own brother, King Maekar, during the trial of 7. Now we will go back to the Darion's lines. "I have seen you, sir, and the fire and a dead dragon." The fire is here is a trouble that Dunk is going to face. Prince Baelor Targaryen died fighting for Sir Dunk. Surely it's not Dunk's fault, but everyone in the realm and the king of the realm, King Maekar, is going to blame Dunk's anyway. And the dead dragon here was Baelor Targaryen. And the next lines were, "A great beast with the wings so large that they could cover this meadow." Baelor Targaryen was not just some guy, he was a hand of the king and heir to the Iron Throne. That's why he's not just a dragon, he's a beast. And something happens to the heir to the Iron Throne, it's going to affect the whole realm. That's why the lines were, "The wings so large that they could fly over this entire meadow. A personality so big that they could affect entire realm." The next lines were, "It had fallen top of you, the dragon was dead and you're alive." This is pretty straightforward. The dragon, Baelor Targaryen, has died and Dunk was alive. The responsibility of Baelor's death is falling on top of the Dunk, and he's literally also died in the arms of the Dunk. But here things get interested. Dunk asks, "Did I kill it?" And Darion replies, "I could not say." And this question still hangs there. Technically, Dunk didn't kill Baelor, but Baelor died because of Dunk. And also the way Dunk was saying sorry, he considered himself responsible for Baelor's death. So what you guys think? Is King Maekar and the people of the realm is going to say, "It's okay, it happens, people dies in battle"? No, everyone is going to blame Sir Dunk. What happens next we will find in next episode, but this one didn't go the way I expected. I think we were going to see the complete battle and trial of 7 throughout the episode. But interestingly, we got Dunk's backstory, and we finally understand why Dunk looks up to Sir Alan of Longsword, looks up to Alan of Penetry so much. If this video helps you to understand anything, like the video or drop something in comment. We'll meet in the next one.